700 to 800 carats of Lightning Ridge rough opal on here. Got some good color on it. I'll put the actual weight in the description and on the eBay subject and all that good stuff. You can see there's a bunch of it. I got a bunch with color bars that go all the way around. You can see there's a nice blue purple color bar. It could go black. You can see some black right there. It depends. Let's see here. A nice crystal opal cap there, depending upon how deep the sand goes. I didn't mess with it. You can get a nice cabochon or a nice carving out of it. And there's a bunch of, kind of nice crystal opal. What do we got here? This goes black. Pretty greens and blues. Need to take a little more of the skin off and shape it and polish it up. Let's see what else we got here. We got another, this is actually 2 color bars, another blue and purple. It's got some green in there as well. Sizable opal. This is probably, probably 15, 20 carats as is, but you can see color throughout and some sand. That second color bar on the bottom is going to be your best bet. It could potentially go black. Here's another piece of seam with color bars on the top and bottom. It's got some green in there. It's got some purple in there. This is, I did take the sides off just to see if the color bar went all around, and it did, but I've not touched it, besides that. What else we got in here? Here you can see, let me see, all right, here. So you've got some really nice crystal green in there, and you can see some color on the back edge of it too. I've not taken off the top. You could get a nice sizable stone out of this. There's color all over. It will probably make a really good carving. Potentially, a nice stone sits underneath there. Again, I didn't chase it at all. This is probably my favorite stone in the bunch. So if you look here, there's a nice, you got reds, blues, greens, oranges all the way around. It absolutely goes black. I've wanted to mess around with this one. I've stopped myself from doing it. I felt like someone buying this would kind of be the one that you'd want out of it. You can see again, there's reds, blues, and it does go black. After you take this top off, it probably turns into about a half, 3/4 carat stone, but actually, yeah, probably about a 3/4 stone. Dependent upon the pattern, dependent upon if those reds and blues go all the way through. I mean, this could be a very, very valuable stone. What else we got in here? I think that black in the middle is going to come out of it and turn this into a nice, 3/4 carat cabochon out of it. You can see there's some nice greens and blues in there. Here's another. This went black. It's got some blues and greens. You can see on the back, it's piece of seam. Just take the skin off, shape it, and polish it. What else we got here? We got a bunch of stuff where like this, where we've got some really nice color. They're just going to make a nice carving piece. Here's another with this has got a purple color bar. It's kind of hard from the camera to pick it up, but it goes all the way around. It does go black. You can see there it's got some greens and blues and purples. I exposed the color bar, but again, you can see the top and the bottom. I have not chased this at all. This is probably 15 carats, 12 carats, something like that. Took the top off here, but you can see here lots of rolling, very bright rolling flash, greens, a little bit of blue. Take the bottom off, turn into a very nice crystal. Maybe thick enough to make a cabochon out of it. Well, at the very worst case, a really pretty crystal carving. You can see very bright rolling colors there. Again, another crystal opal. This will be a nice carving piece. What else we got here? Again, all these colors, or a lot of these stones, most of these stones have colors, and some nice greens there. This is a really nice crystal. You can see I did shape up this side a little bit. It is pretty thick. This thing's probably, a 7 carats right now. It'll make a very pretty crystal opal. If you want to, I took a Dremel and got out some of that sand. If you want to just Dremel the rest of the sand, this would make a really pretty carving piece and turn it into a nice piece of jewelry. Or if you want a cabochon, this side piece is thick enough to where you could just slice off the back and make a longer oval crystal. some more, lots of blues, purples, another crystal piece right there. Here's another one of the better color bars. It turns black. You can see the color goes all the way around. I just exposed a color bar, but I did not take off the top or the bottom. I'll leave that for y'all, but you can see it goes black. Take this top off right here. That's where your stone's going to be. And I took the flashlight to kind of shine this through it. It's clear. Doesn't look or appear to be that there's any sand. Should end up making a nice stone. Again, here's some color on this one, mostly on the top. Probably turned it into a nice, carving piece, but there's, this is, I actually sliced this off another one, but here, this is just about done. You got to shape it and polish it and finish it, but, this is a nice, half carat, high dome, prolonged oval. Here's another one. Color bar goes all the way through. This is a thin stone, but you can take that top off and you can see it's a very thick, very strong green blue color bar that'll expose really nicely. Let's see here. What else do we got? Or what else do we have, should I say? Again, lots of these opals, and this is a large one. This is probably 25 carats, where you've got a lot of blues and purples to chase throughout the stone. Really pretty stone sitting right there. It doesn't really go much deeper into the opal, but you can take that off, turn it into a carat. You can take off the back and make this a crystal and make a doublet out of it, or just keep it as is, but very bright, pretty pattern actually. What else do we have? This is going to be harder to pick up, but there's some, this is a lighter color white opal, but there's some reds and oranges and greens in here. Once you shape it and polish it, they'll pop out more. But again, another sizable piece, probably 7 or 8 carats here. That'll turn into a nice carving piece. Here you can see there's a color bar that sits underneath there. It probably does go black. I don't know how deep it goes in. But you can see some green on the other side as well. I don't think it's the biggest stone in the world, but it's a nice gamble piece to chase. I've had a few of these work out really well. Here's another smaller piece of seam opal. You can see a decently thick color bar right here. It'll cut a smaller stone, but it'll be very bright, greens and blues. So overall, you can see this is a nice parcel with lots of color to chase. You can see another color bar right there. There's some greens, oranges, and reds. And you can see some more color over here. This would be a nice carving piece, actually really nice color on this one. I didn't spend any time on that at all. Let's see what else. More purples. Lots more crystals, and I have a bunch of those. I mean, I could show, another thick little small chunk of crystal opal. That'll actually give you a really high dome out of it and end up being a nice little cab. Smaller stone again, but lots of stones like this where you've got, green and blue throughout for crystal. Let's see where else we have. I will put a lot of pictures in the eBay listing. There's another batch, and you can see, let's pull over here. These are the ones, there's just a lot more color that I haven't gone through, and I won't go through individually one by one. And then you got another, another batch. Let me pan out a little bit. Oops, sorry, another batch there. You've got some nice blue in this big old thick one. That's definitely a gamble piece. Show this one. You've got some nice, hard to see, but some greens. There you go. Some greens and there's a little, can you see that color bar? That could go much brighter inside the stone. You've got a little one up there as well. These are some of the bigger pieces. And I'm still, pulling a lot of this stuff out. And then what I'm also gonna do is I'm also gonna throw in a couple stones that I've gone through that need to be polished and shaped. But this is a very nice crystal. It's 2 carats. You can see I've shaped this and semi-polished it. There is a crack that goes through the stone on this top side right here that you'd probably want to, you could either finish as is or cut into 2 stones and make some nice jewelry, but there's no sand throughout this. This is a really nice crystal. It's gonna end up being a nice stone. Here's another one I'm gonna include, which is a rolling flash. This has been semi-polished, but again, could kind of reshape and repolish. And then this last piece, again, some really nice greens that went black, again, over a carat here, a carat and a half. But you could probably cut a cabochon out of that top shiniest piece or just leave it as is. I kind of cut it as a carving. So those are the 3 you're going to get in addition to the rest here. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm more than glad to help, and happy bidding.